Back to the news. Glenn said, is it OK for Insulate Britain to stop traffic on the M25 while cars wait and expel more fuel and cause chaos? Now, much like Boris Johnson's speech about climate change, Insulate Britain are making a really good point this week, but they're annoying a lot of people in the process. Is this the right way to go about it? How do you feel about it?
I think their name is disappointing. Because they're an offshoot of Extinction Rebellion, which sounds like a metal band and real cool.
Yeah.
And then they're called Insulate Britain.
Yeah.
They should be called Cosy Motherfuckers or something.
Hi, James.
Hello.
Why do you want to be an elf?
I want to be an elf. It's always been my dream. Ever since I was a little kid and someone told me about Santa Claus, I always knew the real heroes are the elves. And if I could eventually be one, then I could marry one. And then I always wanted to kiss an elf and be married to an elf and sleep in the same bed. And you can't do that unless you are also one of the elves.
I mean, James, you had me until you started talking about getting off with an elf.
That was a shame, really, wasn't it? Because it was going so well.
Yeah, all the stuff about the dreams since I was a little kid.
We will let you know.
I'll be in touch.
James, are you well?
No.
Oh, why not?
Passed out backstage and the stag do went to town on me. You're looking at a man who's been teabagged to Kingdom Come.
But as mentioned, you're in the new Cinderella film. How was that? Good experience?
Yeah, great, man. I played a mouse that turns into a boy. And part I was always born to play.
Yeah.
Day one, get this, Adam.
Yeah.
Adam Hills.
Yeah, that's good.
Farted on camera.
You did.
Accidentally, wasn't in the script. Had to change from it was the scene where I had to change from a mouse into a boy.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of concentration.
Yeah.
And I had to start the crouching position and jump up and then stand like a boy. And when I landed like a boy, I did a fart. In front of all the stars. Ramesh Ranganathan was there.
Yeah. And the stars.
Yeah, yeah. He's a big star, Ramesh. But, yeah, and they didn't keep it in the edit, though.
Oh, what a shame.
Didn't make the final cut, which I think is unrealistic. I think if you change from a mouse into a boy, you're gonna minimum fart.
Let's go. Heroes of the Year. Lorraine.
I think, stay with me on this one. Piers Morgan.
Go fuck yourself.
Stay with me. Stay with me. I understand. I appreciate the sentiment. And don't look at me like that. I did say stay with me, love.
OK.
I did.
Go on.
Because do you remember when things would turn with him when Boris Johnson hid in a fridge rather than be interviewed by Piers Morgan?
Yes.
None of the cabinet ministers would come on the telly because they were too scared.
Yep.
And they all phoned up and went, hi, do you remember us? Can we come back on the telly? And then they all come back on the telly. And actually, it would have been better if they didn't. Because, I don't know about you, but I would much rather talk to H from Stapes than Pretty Patel. H from Stapes, Pretty Patel, H from Stapes, H from Stapes.
You almost won James back over there.
James, are you... No. OK.
No,
No, it's fine. No,
You
it's
don't
fine.
get to stop being a villain for 2 seconds and now you're a hero. You watch Superman or something, and all the way through Lex Luthor's killing everyone, and at one point he's nice to an old lady, and everyone goes, well done, Lex, screw you, Superman. You're the wow, he's such a good guy.
I'll tell you what, nothing sums up 2020 more than a nation's sweetheart being told at the end of it to go fuck yourself.
It's fine, I can take it.
Look, I'm not proud of it,
No,
Lorraine.
it's okay.
I apologise.
Oh, my God.
I just can't hear that man get defended, especially by you.
I know. And that was...
The danger with you saying it is people will go with it and go, oh, yeah, Lorraine likes penguins, so Piers Morgan must be all right. And then we're in trouble. It would be OK if anyone else here said it.
OK.
But when you said it, I was like, everyone's going to go along with that now, and that's what scares me.
And
now I'm not even sure if I like penguins anymore.
And James, you know, you're no stranger to being in bands either. You've got a long, chequered musical history, as is detailed in your book, James Acaster's classic Scrapes.
I've had all good bookshops.
Yeah.
I was in Pin Drop. I was in Three Line Whip, the new hardcore skiffle movement. the Capri Sun Quartet, and the Wow Scenario. All good bands.
You're not making any of those up, are you?
None of them up. They're all real. And I came up with most of those names as well. I was in a band once, and it was me and a didgeridoo player and a flautist. And they were both about 30 years older than me as well. And it was a jam band, and I turned up, and I knew the flautist because she was my singing teacher at the time. And she'd got this didgeridoo player who's really into conspiracy theories. And I turned up, and we had a jam, and it sounded amazing, Serge.
OK.
It was, like, really good.
What's a flautist?
Like, a flautist is a flute player.
OK.
Yeah. I looked at... I assumed that Alex was asking me that.
Yeah, mate, I mean, I'm well into my flute, so...
I just thought... Anyway. But we had the jam, and it didn't... The didgeridoo player told me to slow down, playing too fast on the congas. I was playing the congas at the time. Slow down on them congas. And then the flautist was like, don't listen to him, you're absolutely fine. Then we had another jam, and he went, you're too slow now. Speed those congas up. And the flautist went, you're fine, don't listen to him. And then her next student turned up, a little old lady. She shows up. She sees we're in a band. She says her son owns his own record label and is a big producer. She phones him, gets him on the phone, on speakerphone. It's our first band practice. We're literally about to get signed, right? We're jamming it out. It's popping, sounding good. Didgeridoo player gets up, stops it, goes, he's too fast again. Slow down. Flautist sticks up for me, always in my corner. Don't listen to him, James. Gets his didgeridoo, you probably had this, gets his didgeridoo, holds it above his head, throws it on the floor, and what a satisfying doink noise. Didn't mind it. Turns to her, shouts top of his lungs, I knew you were against me from the start with this band. Fuck you. I am never going to be in a band with you again. I knew you were plotting against me. I'm never playing a band with you ever again. He storms out, and then I was here from the phone. Mum? Half an hour, that band formed, met each other, wrote all of our songs, broke up and nearly got a record deal.